80 years on, Nagasaki remembers the victims of the atomic bomb that killed at least 74,000 people and hastened the end of the Second World War. Commemorations have taken place in Nagasaki to mark 80 years since the United States dropped an atomic bomb on the Japanese city. At least 74,000 people were killed, and days later, Japan surrendered, marking the end of the Second World War. Our Tokyo correspondent Shaima Khalil has been following the ceremony.
At 11:02 Japan time, Nagasaki fell into silent prayers as the peace bell tolled, marking the moment the US dropped an atomic bomb on the city, the second to hit the country. Survivors and dignitaries gathered in a solemn memorial ceremony in the Peace Park, remembering the dead and cautioning the living.
80 years on, who expected this world? This fight must end now, immediately. No more Hiroshima, no more Nagasaki, no more wars.
The atomic bomb, codenamed Fat Man, was bigger and more powerful than the one dropped on Hiroshima 3 days before. It wiped out whole communities in seconds, killing tens of thousands instantly, with thousands more suffering from the effects of toxic radiation. Japan is the only nation to have experienced the devastating impact of nuclear warfare. It hastened the country's surrender and the end of the Second World War. But for people here, this is not just about the past.
Being in a place like this really makes me wish for a more peaceful world, especially with all the wars and crises that are going on right now.
It makes me realize that it wasn't all that long ago. But still, as the days and years go by, more people might start to forget about the war, thinking of it as something from the distant past. When I think about that, it makes me think all the more that it's something we must never forget.
Many leaders or politicians around the world say that possessing nuclear weapons is for deterrence or for peace, but I strongly believe that such things should never be tolerated.
Last year, a group representing survivors of the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki won the Nobel Peace Prize for their efforts to abolish nuclear weapons, many expressing deep concerns about the ongoing wars in Gaza and Ukraine and the proliferation of nuclear armament. 80 years ago, victims begged for water as their skin burned. At the ceremony, water offerings were made in a show of respect to those who perished in nuclear fire. Events ended with a song by school children, a message of peace from a city that rose from the ashes of nuclear war. Shaima Khalil, BBC News, Tokyo.
More details have been released about how the UK will commemorate the 80th anniversary of VJ Day, which marks the surrender of Japanese forces at the end of the Second World War. Military bagpipers will play at dawn at Edinburgh Castle, the National Memorial Arboretum in Staffordshire and the Cenotaph in London. Later in the day, there'll be flypasts by the Red Arrows and the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight as military personnel pay tribute to veterans.